Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. The 24th of December, 2018, we saw a $650 point drop in the Dow Jones Industrials. 650 points. So I just decided, Merry Christmas, by the way, it is Christmas Day. Yes, I'm talking about what happened yesterday. I just closed down the FANG stocks, named by Mr. Jim Cramer, who looks like Nikolai Lenin. He called him that. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Which, as I was saying yesterday, about people not knowing which Middle East country, and there we are spending all this money. This Facebook, everybody people use it, but if you said, is this a business that you would start or you have faith in it, when all you do is get on there and gossip with your friends or put up your Christian beliefs or your conspiracy theory or whoever your favorite wrestler was or your favorite football team, and that's all you do, if that's an industry and that's a business, I don't know, that's not like we had it. I mean, my uncle who's almost 90 years old talks about that in the city that I live in now, Clarksburg, that there was 6 glass plants at one time. That's an industry. They're making something. These guys are making glass. This guy raises cows, so the guy sells his cows to buy the glass. I mean, that's how we used to think of an economy. We don't think of a bunch of people going on Facebook and gossiping and that being an economy. And maybe it will someday, but right now we have little kids being starved to death in Yemen, so the American empire can have a port to get the oil. We have little kids in China working in factories and their parents are jumping out of the window. This is not paradise yet. We need to take care of these things. We don't need this. Either those kids should have never been born if we couldn't take care of them, or they should have a place. They should be taken care of. Even the way that we treat our animals, it's just disgusting how they do that. They put these chickens in these coops and they peck each other's eyes out. They have no life just so we can buy. It's ridiculous. This whole world is ridiculous. But let's get off of that. Let's just talk about what's going on. The total stock market, I looked up total stock market. I don't know how accurate it is, but this year it went from 65 to 50. That's 23% drop, the total stock market. So if you had $8 trillion worth of total stock market cap, that means that all these happy-go-lucky people went out and just lost $2 trillion. All over the world, people have lost $2 trillion. If you spent $2 trillion in the whole United States on something, everybody could get a piece of it. That's how much money it is. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Now, whether this money's real or whether it's something they put on electronics, that's fine. But all those people who thought they were going to get rich and who went in debt, this is going to affect their credit. This is going to affect their ability to buy stuff. This is going to hurt people. Okay? Because the suckers lost this. Because the big shots were already probably selling out. They were prepared for this. They knew this was coming. All right? Facebook, the FANG stocks. Facebook's 40% down. It went from 209 to 124. All-time high was 210, get thereabouts, and it closed yesterday at 124. Amazon was the first stock to be worth $1 trillion. It's now worth $673 billion. So it's lost nearly $250 billion. Netflix, same story. It looked even worse. Google looked the best of all of them. Alphabet. Google looked the best. So there you go. I mean, that's the biggest business in the world where you go and you want to find out, when Cary Grant died, right? Or you want to find out how many times Elizabeth Taylor was married. Or you want to find out what Bear Bryant's total record was in his. Or if you're young, you want to find out who Beyonce is secretly sleeping with. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of stuff it's for. And this is the biggest business in America. While China is building a train that goes, a bullet train that goes from Beijing to Tehran, and they're building new roads, and Russia wants to build a highway to go from Moscow to New York. That we're doing this. And we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. When we have our stuff that we buy made by children, and we spend 10% of the gross national product to keep old people alive so they can go back and forth to the hospital and spend their money. So they can buy their house, so they can end up with their house and buy all their stuff from their kids. Okay, rich people, you can't have everything. You can't have everything. You have to give other people something, or they're going to get pissed, and they're going to come over and do like they're doing in France. Okay? So, let's just quit all the rant. Let's just talk to regular people. Here's what I would give you some quiet advice. Number one, if you don't have 3 or 4 months of water and 3 or 4 months of food in your house somewhere, you better go get it. Okay? I am going to get a hydrator. And I'm going to start dehydrating beef liver. And I'm going to just buy good old bottled water from Sam's. And I'm going to figure out how much 6 months of water is. And I'm going to dehydrate the beef. And I'm going to keep something's going to keep. Because I think we might end up happen to us what happened to Russia. We got it coming. Okay. We have it coming. Believe me. We're assholes. Okay, we got this coming. When you're starving little kids to death in Yemen so we can have a port, and we're putting little kids to work in China for us so our grandma can go to the hospital and be one, so she can die at 102 instead of 101, and we're spending trillions of dollars where kids are suffering. The world is all screwed up. So yeah, if you hadn't figured this out, I hope this system collapses. I think it's all screwed up. I think it's fouled up. And I hope I live through it. If I don't, I had a good run. And I don't see how something ain't going to happen when you have a country that was supposedly had its best year ever, and there's trillions of dollars worth of debt. There's $1 trillion worth of debt on that. And the stock market just lost 25%, and the biggest stocks on the stock market lost 40%. How could that not be a sign that things are scary and, circle the wagons, baby.